post-football life. And a lot of guys struggle with that. They really do. There is no plan. To answer your question, there is no plan.
Dorsey, did the union offer you any kind of advice, or did teams that you played with offer you any advice in terms of what happens in life after retirement?
They have programs for guys, transitional programs for guys once they leave the game. I'm not sure what that entails or how detailed it is, but I know there are programs in place. They have changed the rules for the better because, in my opinion, because these lawsuits are breathing down their necks. That's why they donated $30 million to brain research, because we're finding out now that the NFL may have known about in 1994. We're finding out about it now. So I don't know if there's anything outside of the baseline test. I don't.
And a word on the baseline test. What science is finding out is that the baseline tests aren't telling us as much as everybody thought so. And people should know that the company that developed the baseline test, 2 members of the original Mild Traumatic Brain Injury Committee for MTBI of the NFL had proprietary ownership of the baseline test. So there's this whole thing about that, and the science has shown that there is no concussion test, okay? Neuropsychological testing is a useful thing for evaluating details about the cognitive functioning and other issues, but the baseline test model doesn't work so well, and science has shown that.
Yeah, definitely. Specifically, when I played Little League football, there was a guy named John Brickman, he had a perfect football name, and he would knock the crap out of you. And his helmet was like, we had orange helmets, but his was like orange, white, yellow, green, red, blue. So you can definitely tell who are the more active kids by looking at their helmets.
And it was at that level, it was a badge of honor.
Yeah,
The more marks you had, the better you were. And to get to your other point, for parents to look for, it's not just the big hits you have to watch for. Obviously, if there is one, you have to be concerned. And right on the field, if your gut says there's something wrong there, they went through some of the questions to ask. Do they know where they are? Do they know what they're doing? What was the last play? We just ran. Things like that. But on the longer term, if you're seeing issues, changes in behavior, and you're saying, this is not my kid, something's different. Yes, teenagers can get sullen and withdrawn. We know that. But sometimes it's too much. So it's a matter of, if you think something's wrong, then it's starting to be that way.
I think one of the things that maybe all of us here should talk about is that we are not, given technology and the state of the world now, we are not beholden to big media corporations to sort of share information. We have social media, we have Facebook and Twitter, YouTube. Why don't you tell your friends about this film? Why don't you share that on Facebook and Twitter? Let people know about that.